Good morning, grade 5. How are you today, my heroes? I wish you all the best. Today, our topic 16, listen to 16.2, classify quadrilaterals. Open your book page 857, write the date of today, and be ready to start the lesson. On page 857, the first thing you have to know is the quadrilateral. What is the quadrilateral? The word quad in Latin language means number 4. So we are going to talk about a shape formed of 4 sides with 4 vertices, okay, as a polygon with 4 edges. The edge here means side, and 4 vertices or corners. So when we have any closed shape, must be closed, by the way, formed of 4 sides, I can name it with quadrilateral. Okay, my dear. So what is the quadrilateral? It's a polygon with 4 sides and 4 vertices. We can say 4 edges or with 4 corners also. Both of them are equally meaning. So I'm going to classify the quadrilaterals today according to what? As we mentioned in the previous lesson, according to the side lenses and the angles. This is the properties of any shape. So our mission today is to classify quadrilaterals by their properties, according to the sides, according to the angles or the corners. Let's see how. Categories of quadrilaterals are classified by their properties. We said we are going to handle 4 sides shapes. Okay, so each shape we are going to learn today will be formed of 4 sides. And this is the meaning of quad, the word quad just only. As I told you in Latin words or in Latin language, it means number 4 or equals 4. So before going in the lesson, I have to ask some question. The first one, how many pairs of opposite sides are parallel? Okay, so when you see a 4 side shape, you have to ask yourself this question. How many parallel sides do we have? This is from the properties you are going to focus and handle. Okay, the next question, which sides have equal lengths? Okay, so when we see shape, look at the shape and ask these 2 questions, I can determine the properties that I'm going to use to help me for classifying the quadrilateral. Okay, the last question will be, how many right angles are there? Okay, so I have to save and memorize these 3 questions. How many pairs of opposite sides are parallel? And which sides have equal lengths? And how many right angles are there? So this is for any 4 sides shape, any 4 sides polygon. Okay, okay, let's move. So I can determine the categories of quadrilaterals as following after asking the 3 questions. You will find that we have 4 sides pair or 2 sides of them are parallel and the other 2 sides are not parallel. So this shape will be a trapezoid. Trapezoid has 1 pair of parallel sides. This is a trapezoid. Maybe we have two right angles inside, okay, or one right angles. Okay, this is about the trapezoid. So when we see two, just two, not four, or not more than two parallel side into quadrilateral, it will be trapezoid. Trapezoid. Okay. Okay. The second one will be a parallelogram. Parallelogram has two pairs of opposite sides, parallel and equal in length. So when we see four sides polygon, and we told a lot of times to close your camera, please, my dear. Okay, when we see a four sides shape with a pair of opposite side parallel and equal in length, so I can say each two opposite sides are equal in length. This will be a parallelogram, which has two pairs of opposite sides parallel and equal in length. So when we see a parallelogram, we will find that each two opposite sides, each pair of sides are equal in length and also they are parallel. So this is a parallelogram. Okay, what about the third type in our lesson today? We are going to mention before handling in the lesson. Sure, super easy shape. Okay, a rectangle. What about a rectangle? What do you know about the rectangle? How can you identify that this shape is a rectangle? Rectangle has four right angles. Also, each two opposite sides are equal in length and parallel. The same as parallelogram, but in parallelogram there is no right angles. If we have four right angles inside the shape and each two opposite sides are equal in length and parallel, it will be a rectangle. Okay, let's see the next one. Rhombus. What is a rhombus? The rhombus has all sides in the same length, but here is no right angles inside, because when we have all sides are equal in length and four right angles inside, it will be square, not rhombus. So we have all sides are equal in length and no zero right angle inside, it will be rhombus. Okay, so this is the square we mentioned for. A square has all sides are the same in length and also four right angles inside. So I can ask you a question here, Mr. Walid, what is the difference between a square and rhombus? The difference in angles. The square has four right angles inside, but rhombus has zero. Sure, they are the same in the length of sides because all the side lengths are equal. Also, all of them or each the opposite sides are parallel. So we have to put in our consideration before handling the lesson all these concepts: trapezoid, parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, and square. This is the main points I'm going to focus on this lesson, inshallah. Okay. So listening for the submitted material and person online account, classify quadrilaterals will make it easy for you for better understanding for the lesson today. Okay. After opening your book 857 Solve and Share, listen for me, please. Draw any length line segment that will fit in the space below. The line segment can go in any direction, but it must be a straight. Draw another line segment of any length that is parallel to the first one. Connect the ends of each line segment with a line segment to make a closed four sides. As I told you, the polygon must be closed. Okay, what does your shape look like, and can you classify it? Discuss your idea with a partner. He told a lot of times, will open his camera, please close it. You will be out of the session and you will not be rejoin again. You can't rejoin the session again if I get you out. Don't open your camera. Don't play with your camera, please. Okay. In this question, he wanted me to learn the concept of quadrilaterals, how to form a polygon with four sides, any polygon. Try to select and draw any polygon with four line segments and try to close them. Then try to discuss the properties you draw. Okay, so you can use reasoning to find the difference and similarities between the shape when classifying quadrilaterals. Show your work. Someone, it's open question and open answer, by the way. Someone will draw parallelogram, a trapezoid. Okay, other one will draw a rhombus. Sure, both of them will going to write a comment beside each shape he drew. The first one said, my shape looks like, yes, trapezoid here. It has one pair of parallel sides. This is the comment on the shape you draw. So our friend here start with drawing trapezoid and start to determine some properties in front of him inside his paper. He said that we have one pair of parallel sides and none of sides are the same in length. Sure, no sides or zero sides are equal in length. So he is completely right in his drawing, completely right in his comment. So it's a good answer. The other one, select another shape, draw another shape, and write another comment. He said, I made a rhombus. What are the properties in front of you? He started to discuss. It has two pairs of parallel sides. All four sides are equal or the same in length. So in solve and share, the requirement here is to draw any polygon format of four shapes and write a good comment as you see in front of you. You can copy the answer, by the way. So this is how to classify quadrilaterals by their properties. Solve and share, page number 857. If you finish copying, be ready to look back at the same page, 857. Okay. Look back. How can you draw a quadrilateral different from the one above and describe what you can change and why it should change the quadrilateral? Sure, from the warm up, we mentioned at first, we can draw square, parallelogram, rectangle, and the changes we make for the drawing above will be clear for you and easy to mention for it and discuss it. So our answer here will be change all angles to be right. So if we change the angle to be right in just for example for rhombus, it will be square. Yes, change all angles to be right angles so the quadrilateral is a square or a rectangle. Change the lenses of the sides to be all the same, so the quadrilaterals will be a rhombus. Okay, my dear. Copy the answer of look back and move to the next page, 858. Convince me if you're ready. In convince me, how is parallelogram different from rhombus? How are they similar? We told each shape or each polygon has properties different than the other. Maybe they are similar in some properties, but this not mean that they are all the same. Sure, there is a differences between each polygon. Let's see how. Parallelogram and rhombus both have two pair of opposite sides parallel. Sure, we know that. We all agree with that. The rhombus has all the sides in the same length, but parallelograms can have one pair of opposite sides at one length and one other pair opposite. This is the difference. One other pair opposite sides, another length. Okay, copy the answer and be ready to the next page, guided practice in page 859. Okay, time for guided practice. Question number 1. How are square and rhombus alike? Square and rhombus. We are going to compare between the two items. The first one is a square, and the second one is item. You have to mention here, according to the side lengths, according to the types of angles inside each one. This is the requirement here. If you can determine the properties of each one and compare between them, you answer the question. How are a square and rhombus alike? Let's see. Both of them have all sides are equal in length. Yes, just only. Why we said that? Because he asked about the similarities. They are similar in just one property. In all sides, all of them are equal in length. This is for square and rhombus. Okay, so both figures have all sides of equal length. Okay, question number 2. How is a trapezoid different from a parallelogram? What is the difference between trapezoid and parallelogram? Trapezoid has pair of parallel sides, okay? But parallelogram, each two opposite sides are parallel. Each two pair of sides are parallel. So parallelogram has more pair of parallel sides more than the trapezoid. Also, if we compare through the side lengths, the trapezoid has 0 equal sides in length. But in parallelogram, each two opposite sides, each two corresponding sides are equal in length. So let's see the answer here. A trapezoid has one pair of parallel sides, okay, just only, and I mentioned for more for you. Write the simple answer and move to question number 3 in the same page, guided practice. In 3 to 6, use as many names as possible to identify each polygon until which name is most specific. Okay. Let's see question number 3. The yellow square here. Yes, sure, it's a square or rectangle. If we have all sides are equal in length, it will be a square. If we have each two opposite side or different sides, it will be another one except square. But if we measure the 4 sides in the yellow shape in front of you, you'll find that all sides are equal in length. So this is a Quadrilateral. Sure. Why quadrilateral? Because it's formed of four sides. This is a square. Why square? Because all the sides are equal in length. We can say also parallelogram. Why? Because each two opposite sides are equal in length and parallel. Rectangle, rhombs, or square, all of that may be called for this shape, but the most specific one will be the last one, which is square. So I can name the shape in front of me many names, but the most specific one, the most useful one, the most appropriate one is square. Why? Because we have four sides are equal in length and four angles equal 90 degrees. So this is a square. Okay. What about the fourth one, the blue shape? It seems to be quadrilateral, also parallelogram, also rectangle, but it is not the square. So let's see the appropriate name for this shape. Okay, quadrilaterals. Why? Because it's formed of four sides. Parallelogram. Why? Because each side are equal in length and parallel. Rectangle. Why? Because each sides are parallel and equal in length, and we have four right angles inside. So the appropriate one here is a rectangle. Okay, so we selected the first one square, the second one rectangle, and we mentioned all the names that we can call the polygon, but at final we selected the most specific one. Let's see number 5. Yes, I heard you all, Mr. Walid. It seems to be a rhombus. Yes, but we have to do the same. Write all possible names first. Then we select from the all possible names, we write the most appropriate one, the most specific one to name the shape. In number 5, it will be quadrilateral, parallelogram, rhombus, and we mentioned why each time we say quadrilateral, because we have four sides, polygon with four sides, and the four sides are closed. Each time we said the parallelogram has four sides are parallel and equal in length. The rhombus, okay, the same. So here is the rhombus. Why we selected the rhombus? Because all of them are parallel and equal in length. But here is 0, and remember this word, 0, 90 degree, because if we have 490 degree, it will be something else, just like a square or trapezoid, according to the number of right angles. If we have 4 right angles inside and all the sides are parallel and equal in length, it will be square. If we have pair of parallel sides and 2 right angles inside, it will be trapezoid. Okay, so this is rhombus. Why? Because we have 4 sides are parallel and equal in length and 0, 90 degree inside. The last one, number 6. Yes, I heard you all. Parallelogram, Mr. Walid. Yes, parallelogram. But we should write many names as possible to identify the polygon. Then select the specific one. So this is a quadrilateral and parallelogram. And the most appropriate one is parallelogram. Why? Because each two opposite sides are equal in length and parallel. Also, we have 0, 90 degree inside, because if we have 4 right angles inside this shape, it will not be a parallelogram. It will be, yes, rectangle. The most appropriate one in this case will be a rectangle. Okay, copy the answer and move to question number 7. In independent practice, if you're ready, we are still on the same page, 859. Copy the answer and move please quickly. Independent practice in page 859, question number 7. Identify the polygon using as many names as possible. Okay, we are going to select all the names, maybe satisfy the shape in front of you. So the first one in number 7, the green shape, may be quadrilateral, maybe parallelogram, maybe a rhombus. So I can name this green shape as a quadrilateral. Why? Because we have 4 sides, closed shape formed of 4 sides. This is quadrilateral. Parallelogram, because each two opposite sides are parallel. Rhombus, why? Because all sides are equal in length and parallel and 0, 90 degrees. So we have 3 concepts, 3 names. Maybe one of them is appropriate for naming the polygon. Okay, number 8. Identify the polygon using as many names as possible. The same. This is, yes. Sorry, number 9 first. I'm sorry. Number 9. Why is a square is also a rectangle? A rectangle is a parallelogram, and a square also is a parallelogram with 4 right angles, and also the square with 4 right angles. Since a square is a parallelogram with 4 right angles, it's also a rectangle. So they are similar, that both of them are, yes, have equal sides of length and right angles. But the difference between rectangle and the square here is square has 4 sides equal in length, but a rectangle, it is not the same, because a rectangle, each the opposite sides are equal in length, and this is not found in the square. So it's clear for you now to know how they are similar and how they are different to answer the question number 9. Number 8 is the same as number 7. We are going to write possible names as possible. So the blue shape in front of you is quadrilateral or trapezoid, just only. We can say rectangle because there is a 0, 90 degree, and we need 4 to say rectangle. We haven't. We can say parallelogram because just we have 2 sides are parallel, not each 2 pair of sides are parallel, or each 2 opposite sides are parallel. So just only quadrilateral and trapezoid. Number 10, which special quadrilateral is both a rectangle and rhombus? Explain how you know. Special case of quadrilaterals are rectangle and rhombus. Why? Because they have sides are equal in length and parallel, but the big difference for the angles, because we must use 4 right angles to form a rectangles, and it is not a problem of forming rhombs. So my answer here for a square is a rhombus because it has a parallelogram with all sides of equal length, and a square is also a rectangle because it has a parallelogram, yes, the straight angle. So here is, we can say that the properties may help me to rename the shape. So I can say the square as a rhombus, I can call it, but a rhombus with 90 degree. Okay, okay. Copy the answer and move to page 860. Math problem solving. Math problem solving, question number 11. What can you see in front of you? Yes, it's a triangle. Each time Sophie makes a cut to a polygon, she can make a new type of polygon. What kind of polygon is left if Sophie cuts off the top of the isosceles triangle shown in front of you? Suppose you have this triangle and you have a scissor and try to cut the top of the shape. What about the remainder shape you will have? It will be quadrilateral or trapezoid. Sure, that depends on your hand while cutting. If you cut two parallel sides, it will be trapezoid. If you can't make it parallel, it will be quadrilateral. Okay, my dear. Okay. Now, the last point in our lesson will be number 13 and 15. Okay. Number 13 and 15. 13. Is it possible to draw a quadrilateral that is not rectangle, but it has at least one right angle? Explain. Can you do that? Draw quadrilateral that is not a rectangle, but it has at least one right angle inside. Sure, I can do that? Yes. What is the name of the shape that satisfies the question here? It will be a trapezoid. Can have two right angles inside, not just one. Okay. So here is my answer. Yes, a trapezoid can have two right angles. I asked me one at least, I draw two, so it's better. Number 15. Suppose you suppose you cut a square into two identical triangles. What type of triangles will you make? If you have a square and you cut it diagonally, sure, we know that the square contains four right angles. So if we divided it diagonally into identical parts, we will get two right angled triangles. Let's see the answer. Yes, right isosceles triangle, because also in the square all the sides are equal in length. Okay, have his answer and be ready. Common Core assessment in the same page 860. Which could be the side lengths of parallelogram? We know that in the parallelogram, each two opposite sides are in equal length. Let's see the first statement, three sides, and the fourth one is different. So it is not a parallelogram. The second one, yes, each two opposite sides, 1 and 1, 5 and 5. So this is the answer. The choice B, satisfy the properties of parallelogram. Each two opposite sides are equal in length. Okay, question number 18. This will be the last point in our lesson. Be ready with your difficult points. I will open the participation for you, and if you need help, raise your hand after the answer of number 18. Which of the following statement is not true? And take care, not true. A rhombus has all sides the same in length. Sure, this is the rhombus. Properties of the rhombus. A square has four right angles. Sure. A trapezoid has no parallel sides. I'm afraid. No parallel sides. Concentrate, please. Pay attention. A rectangle has four right angles. Sure. A rectangle has four right angles. I'm sure of that. So the statement which is not true here will be choice number C. Okay. Now I'm ready for your question. If you need a help, raise your hand, please. Okay, my dear. I'm going to open participation for you. Waiting for you in the quiz. After tomorrow will be a revision for you. Thanks all and see you again.